This next gentleman is going to be familiar to a lot of you. He's also familiar to, I think, most American gun owners and even people outside of the gun community as a representative of a lot of the angst and concern that American gun owners have about the future of our gun rights. He is a strong advocate for them and a great voice for us. Military Arms Channel, Mr. Tim Harmson.
I gotta lift this up so you guys can hear me. Yeah, okay. So, everybody hear me okay? Yeah. Good, because all gun control laws are illegal and unconstitutional. Yeah. Our founding fathers never intended for us to follow unconstitutional laws any more than people in the military are required to follow an unconstitutional or illegal order. So, I just wanted to start things off so we're clear. Everybody here agree? All gun control laws are illegal, unconstitutional? Say it for them so they can hear you. All gun control laws are illegal and unconstitutional. Thank you. Yes, repeal the NFA. I'll get there. Let's talk about the NFA. My grandmother, when she was born, God bless her soul, she didn't know what the NFA was. She was born before the NFA was enacted. In 1968, I was born. Okay, so I gave away my age. If you follow the channel, you know how old I am. But the generation just before me didn't know what an FFL holder was. There wasn't a licensed dealer, and they never filled out a 4473 form. But my generation, I grew up with that. Since I've been able to buy a gun, I've had to fill out a 4473 form. And I'm jumping gun control laws here, but I'm trying to make a point. I'll get to that here in a second. So, in 1986, now this is my generation, I remember when this happened. In 1986, that's when Reagan signed the Hewes Amendment into law, banning the legal ownership of newly produced machine guns. See, now sometimes I think I'm alone when I say all gun control laws are illegal, but clearly I'm not in the minority. So, the generation born after 1986, I've had discussions with them. They're like, why would you want a machine gun? They never grew up with them. They didn't walk into hardware stores like I did, and yes, I said a hardware store, and see an M16 hanging on the wall that cost barely more than an AR-15. They didn't know that. They don't miss it. Why don't they miss it? Because they never had it. In I gotta get my dates right, 98, those of you standing here didn't have to ask permission from the FBI to buy a firearm. The NICS system, right? Somehow we didn't have, going back to our founding of our nation, we didn't have Columbines and things like that being reported in the media and everybody all crazy. So how do we get by without an NFA? How do we get by without the 86 machine gun ban? How do we get by without a NICS system? It's this incrementalism, people, that we're being sold. And this is something that is incumbent upon everybody here and everybody watching this. You cannot accept this incrementalism. When there's something bad that happens, you can't have a knee-jerk reaction and say, oh, we gotta pass a law, gonna fix it. When's the last time a criminal said, oh, hell, that's against the law, I'm not gonna do that today? Never. It doesn't work that way. The only people that give up their guns when guns are banned are the law-abiding. The criminals will always have them. I'm rehashing things that have already been said here by other people that have lived under repressive regimes like in Venezuela. All right? We can't let that happen here, but that's what's happening through incrementalism. Today I stand before you as an unarmed man. Yes, Capitol Police, today I showed up without a gun. In case I'm in a crosshair somewhere, but there's a beautiful sign over there somewhere. There it is. We came unarmed this time. These representatives are supposed to represent us. They also took an oath of office, and that oath of office requires them to uphold and defend the Constitution. And any time that they stand before you and say, well, I can make you safer by passing another law, they're lying to you. It's a power grab and it has to stop. It's the incrementalism. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts. how we got here today, me standing here in front of the Capitol, the beacon of freedom around the world, and I can't be trusted with my Second Amendment rights while I'm giving you this speech. That's BS, and that's what we have to stop. And let's, no mistake, guys and gals and everybody in between, I will not comply. If you pass a law that says you're going to disarm me, well, I can't say what I would do because the red flag law would probably have me arrested. So, do I stand alone, or how many patriots out there will not comply? I will not comply. You can take your gun control and stick it where the sun don't shine, because patriots aren't gonna let it happen. Our founding fathers put the ultimate power of government in our hands, and that is enshrined in the Second Amendment. They didn't give us the right to keep and bear arms. They enshrined it to guarantee it, and it is not to be taken away by any politician. And if they try, it's our job, our obligation, to remove them from office. Yes. I get wound up if they're watching me on a live stream. Anyway, guys and gals and everybody in between, I am the last speaker. But don't go anywhere. I want to thank everybody for coming out, because I understand that it took a great commitment and time, money, and effort for many of you to get here, taking time off work, lying to your boss, all the other things we had to do to get here. Thank you for coming out. There's something very important that we haven't done yet, and I want you to stick around for that because it's important. Everybody, thank you for your time. Thank you for coming out, standing here, listening to all these great speeches. And always remember, I don't care what you do, I won't comply.